fab things about the Cosmopolitan shower. 1, it's scorching hot. 2, it's really powerful. 3, there's dancing room. And 4, you get a lovely robe. Morning, Vegas. We're in Cosmo Wicked Spoon, all you can eat buffet. I will vlog the whole thing at some point later on. We did it on our last trip anyway. But I just want to point out that basically it is Friday morning around 10:30 and the queues are really, really long. So you stand in this queue first to go up and pay and be seen. And then basically once you've done that, you then have to join this second queue behind this wall to be seated. So we've seen people standing for quite a while. Luckily, if you're a resident, then you get through on a quick line, so you don't have to do that. But that is a Friday morning, and I know it's even busier usually on the Saturday and Sunday. The best plate of food in the whole world. Oreo chocolate covered strawberries, hot molten chocolate cake, and a hot apple cobbler. It's the head-to-head everybody wanted. Okay, so it's a grudge match. Even though he got something on the panda yesterday, it was really only the amount he put in. So he really still feels like the panda owes him big time.
Do not trust that face.
And it's maxed out on the major. So let's see. We still haven't had a hold and spin, so oh, they're not being very generous with the balls, are they? Come on, yes. Lantern bonus, come on. Come on, little panda.
Don't trust it.
There's only 2 games left.
The panda always wins. Don't trust the panda.
Come on. Yes! I got it! First hold spin of the holiday. I mean, the numbers aren't very big.
Let's face it, it's more likely to be a spin than a hold and spin.
Yeah. Come on, a nice progressive would be good here. The minor's 100, that would be nice.
The minor just went past it, though.
Come on. Balls with words, wordy balls. Come on. Oh. Hit. Last one. Oh. Still, hold and spin. Spin 2 cent on. Well, it's not quite the $1,000 major jackpot, but it's a good little hit. I forgot you had one last spin. You know what? I think that's a good little morning hit. That $63. Yes. Come on, the panda.
There's only about 40 there, you know. You filming?
I'm filming. Come on. Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, I don't believe it.
The panda. Do not trust the panda.
Why do I think the panda's laughing at you?
It is.
Still, it's another 50 hate. Say thank you, panda.
I am not saying thank you, panda. Thank you is not what I'm thinking. There is a U. The second word is you.
I think we can work that one out. Two of the things that we're getting asked a lot right now in Vegas is one, what is the weather like? As you can see from the street here, majority of people are in kind of jeans and t-shirts. There's a few jackets going on, an occasional pair of shorts, but generally it is jeans and t-shirt weather. It's nice and warm. The biggest kind of compliment I can say to it is that we're not even thinking about the weather. So it's not either hot or too cold to be worrying about it. It's just nice. It's just really comfortable. Obviously not very good for people who want a bit more heat, but it is really, really nice and comfortable. The second thing is the masks. So you'll see a mixture of people here on the street, some in masks, some not wearing them. Basically the overall status is that generally people outdoors don't wear masks and indoors they do. Some casinos police it more than others. As Michael said in yesterday's vlog, Planet Hollywood is actually the only casino that's mentioned it to us. Nobody else has mentioned it. It's just been more common courtesy that we've kind of took it off when we're drinking and then put it back on to walk around. But it's not necessarily policed in all casinos. So hopefully that answers a couple of the main questions that we keep getting asked. We are off now to the Bellagio. There it is. You would always know where you were in the world, wouldn't you? Oh yeah.
It's just been put up there. There's cranes and everything inside. You got a little sneak peek there.
Yeah. So the Christmas Bellagio conservatory is under construction, as you can see. You can see a little rocking horse there and some icicles. Obviously Christmas trees. There's like a big clock here. And looks like some sort of big grotto over there. With a big chair. Not sure when this is going to be open, but I'm assuming it will be open before we leave. So it'll be good to get a finished product look as well.
Okay, what have we got? We've got Lindsay on upper piling in the Bellagio.
Drinking Angry Orchard.
We've got an Angry Orchard. This makes Lindsay very happy. These are getting harder to find too, I think. But anyway,
Let's go.
it's just a small bet, but it might give us a bit of fun. We called it a nice score draw with the pandas, but it's not over.
Come on. It's just getting ones to keep me in the game, but they're tiny.
There's about 12.50 up there, but it's on the top road. We're a long way off that.
Oh. Come on, early hits. Ooh, there's a nice biggie in there as well. Come on.
Like one for three more for the next row.
The major keeps coming through here, by the way.
Well, the major's 600.
I know,
That would be
it's coming
nice.
through. Come on. Oh, there's a mini.
There's the mini
19. Come on. Right, one
Only
more
one
we've got
more.
there.
There isn't much up there, but we get 5 more. There's nice plenty sitting up there.
There's a couple of big numbers flying through there. Come on. There's the one we need.
So now 2 more.
And there's a £20 up there as well. Come on.
1 more. Get that unlocked. It's a nice little bonus for a small bet.
Oh, there's the 20.
So 3 more for all rows.
Come on.
Which I don't think we've ever had.
Oh. Last spin.
Yeah, it feels like it's kind of finished with us. But you know what? It's been a good little bonus for us. Pretty small bet. The major was just there.
I know, the major keeps coming.
That 600 major is just teasing us.
Well, this is going to be about 50, I think, isn't it?
You know what? That's a good bonus for a small bet. The question is it a bonus worthy of a dance? We'll find out. Apparently it is.
A few more of these I think I need first, though.
So on Cronus, he looks very upset not to have the lightning spin bonus, but as long as he gives us money, that's fine.
We need to join together, come on.
We need power ups.
That's red, but we need more.
Yeah, we need more.
Another power on. Extra roll.
That's probably not a bad one on this screen, you know.
Come on, Kronos.
Another one. Oh,
Teases you. See how much it is.
12.60. And he does look really angry about it. Look at that face. That one does not get a dance.
No. Made me happy.
It is difficult to catch this one, it happens that fast.
On power on.
Yeah, it's looking like a decent screen if we just get a power up or two. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, so. That power up. It'll expand there. A little bit better, but not much. But I do think it's a fun game. We thought that Kronos wasn't in the best of mood, so we thought we'd give his son a go. And Zeus, he didn't seem in a good mood either. He took us down to his last spin, and now he gave us 3 games.
Ready? Come on.
ups is the key.
On hit. Come on, power up, power up.
That's 1 of 15 though.
Yeah. Again.
Got it again straight away.
Come on, please. Need some power up, please.
Again, power ups are the key.
I can't believe there's no power up.
It's unusual.
Oh, there's one.
The jackpot reel would be the best. So it's quite rare.
Another roll. That's spin 2, that's not too bad. I'd like one of these on every of the 3 spins, that would be. Not sure that's going to happen though. Come on, Zeus. He makes you wait, mine, doesn't he?
عادة من البيتزا المحل اللي كنا البيتزا من الأمريكا.
We thought that Kronos wasn't in the best of moods, so we thought we'd give his son a go. And Zeus, he didn't seem in a good mood either. He took us down to his last spin, and now he gave us 3 games.
Ready? Come on. Come on, Zeus.
As usual with this game, power ups is the key.
On hit. Come on, power up, power up.
That's 1 of 15 though.
Yeah. Again.
Got it again straight away.
Come on, Zeus. Need some power up, please.
Again, power ups are the key.
I can't believe there's no power up.
It's unusual.
Oh, there's one.
The jackpot reel would be the best. So it's quite rare.
Another roll. 2, that's not too bad. I'd like one of these on every of the free spins, that would be. Not sure that's going to happen though. Come on, Zeus. He makes you wait, mine, doesn't he?
هذا من البيتزا المحل اللي كنا بننزل بالأمثلة. Let's go.
I thought we had it again. We're just getting tiny little amounts now. Still got 10 spins.
That one was close. A little bit there, but it could have been better.
So Zeus has to fill, like, up to leaves 2
Yeah.
left, doesn't he? That's what he has to do in order to fill the screen.
In real one only. I can't remember Zeus ever being this slow
I
either.
know. Oh, see, just one short again. Maybe he's getting old.
Well, he is ancient.
I
Literally.
just mean, you know, it's been that long since we've been to Vegas. He's aged considerably in lockdown.
I think we all have, haven't we?
Come on, Zeus. Six spins, come on.
You like to think there's one more bonus in that 6 spins.
Yeah. It's not looking likely. Yes.
There we go.
Just as I said, it's not looking likely. I've done a lot more Zeus's than that. Come on. Yes.
Oh,
2
look,
powers.
that's
2.
2. So that's the other good one.
Come on. Fill the screen now.
That can go up again once more too, by the way.
Come on, fill the screen.
Yeah, reel 2 would be very good now.
Another power up would be lovely.
Gonna sell a short.
The way the ball hangs and you don't know if it's going to go up or down, it teases you.
But it's now turned into a pretty decent bonus.
Last spin. Oh, I thought we were going to have it again there.
And there we go. You know what? It's fairly good, isn't it? It's a long bonus, so it keeps you entertained.
Cheers, Zeus. So we're just actually on our way out again at the minute, but we've had a lovely afternoon in the Bellagio, didn't we?
Very good, very good.
So we played some of our favourite machines, we got a few bonuses as you can see, but we also we witnessed something pretty incredible that happened today at the Bellagio. One of those things where it happens to the person beside you and you're like, ah. Michael basically went to a Dragon Link bank of machines, sat down. It was the Golden Century. And literally just as Michael sat down, the person beside him got a hold and spin, and he was playing $10 spins, and he got the hold and spin, and he filled 14 out of the 15 balls, and he got a major, and it was about just under £1,000, I think.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah, he's win. So that literally happened just as we sat down, and we were like, wow. He got up, walked away. The next lady came, sat down. Literally a minute later, she fed 7 $100 bills into the machine, whacked it up to 10-cent dinar, $25 a spin, and 3 spins later got the hold and spin, and it was a bit like, wow. Anyway, we thought it was just one of those things that happened right before your eyes, and we thought it would be nice to show you. So that's what you're going to see next. We are heading to Resorts World, and I'm really, really excited. You?
Definitely, yeah.
Obviously, it's one of the we've not been here before. It wasn't open last time we were here. We could see it being built, and yeah, I really want to check it out and have a little try on some slots and just get a feel for the place. So we're heading there next, and then after that we have Brian Adams, which we're really, really excited about. He's at the Win. We're both kind of big fans, and we've seen him a few times around various places in the UK, and apparently this is quite an intimate gig, so that's something to really look forward to for us anyway. So we will take you with us.
Enjoy.
So here we are at Resorts World, and it is all very nice and shiny and new, as you would expect. So we've just taxied here, so we are in the main entrance. What happens in Vegas is back in Vegas. Okay, let's go in. Looks like a very nice sports book. So we're straight into the casino entrance by the looks of it. It's got a really nice feel actually. Wow, look at this piano playing by itself. And it's playing the Beatles. Good choice of song, piano, well done. I don't know if it's a piano or a car, but you know, it's both. Just, you know, as you know, the norm. Casino looks really light and airy actually. It's a big sports book there, it goes quite far back. That's the sports book, and then this is Dog House apparently. Ah yes, I've seen this on our friend Matt Bridges' vlog. Who hasn't? Oh, it's exciting. This is our very first new Vegas hotel. We've never actually had the pleasure of coming to a brand new one. We'll have a quick walk up one side of the casino. I really like the colours, the kind of warm glow, the gold, it's really nice, and the ceiling. Oh, is there? I really want to play that little shop of horrors. The lights are really cool too. There's the big wheel of buffalo in the middle. It's actually much bigger than it looks. It goes quite a way back. There's the centre bar. It's actually a really chilled atmosphere. I thought it would be a bit more kind of young and loud, and you know what I mean? But
it might be a little bit stuffy in terms of kind of higher class of clientele, but people who think themselves too high class.
yeah. Well, it's got like a really chilled, welcoming, warm atmosphere.
Nice high ceilings, so you're not feeling claustrophobic at all.
Oh, there's the big wraparound new slot machines. The new generation of slot machines. I feel like you should get like a fastener, a seat belt, as if it's going to take off or something. And that all leads to a nice big lounge, Gatsby's cocktail lounge. First impressions, really, really nice.
So we are at Resorts World having a little gamble, playing Cash Falls, which I think we first saw on one of Matt's vlogs. Matt's a Bridger, obviously. Who else would it be? Just a little, you know, kind of a little free play on it. Not an official free play, but.
Yes!
And that's very well timed, I would say. Because all we've done so far on it is really lose.
10 free games. Come on. Ready?
Yeah.
Stay all the time now.
Going to take a step back so I can get the whole screen in for you.
Come on.
I'm sure that these games are getting bigger and bigger, and the screens are getting taller and taller. So I think the way this goes, that you need to fill them to get them. Or maybe not, who knows. I'm not. Well, it looks like you get them all. I think if you fill them to multiply them or something. It's a one. How big a bit is it, Lindsay?
$1 bet,
A
sorry.
one. Yeah.
$1 bet, 1 cent on.
So, you know, that's not a bad little extra. It's, you know, it's actually a really fun feature and a really fun game. I'm sure that's one that we'll revisit later on in the trip.
And this is the big orb. Is it an orb or a globe or a
I'm going to go with ball.
ball? It's just being used for a bit of advertising at the minute, which isn't very kind of sophisticated, but anyway, I mean, it's very impressive. I'd prefer it was doing something a bit more fancy than just being used as like an advertiser billboard.
I'm assuming it's just a smaller version, the orb that we're building behind the Venetian. You need a concert like venue.
Aha,
The MSG Sphere,
That's-
Sphere or something?
that's better.
Yeah, that's nice.
Look how gorgeous that looks. All the colours.
Love that.
Very impressed with our first trip to Resorts World. It won't be the last. So we're sat at the Encore Theatre at Wynn, which is a bit confusing, but and we're just discussing how it's a very weird hybrid of a pop concert, a cinema, and a theatre. The overwhelming smell when you walked in was popcorn, as if it was a cinema. But then when you go and look at what you can get at the bar, it's very much frozen cocktails, lots of different wines by the glass, beers, and there's a real mix of people dressed up in kind of heavy metal t-shirts, shorts, and people that look like they're fully going to like the West End or a Broadway theatre show. It's a really weird hybrid of kind of smells and sights and sounds, but we're really looking forward to it.
Stop this Vegas the other day, and I was thinking the first time I ever played here was probably in 1982, and we were supporting a band in the Aladdin Theater, which I don't think even exists anymore. So that just shows you how long I've been hanging around. When it's love you make, I'll be the fire in your night. When it's love you take, I will defend, I will fight. I'll be there when you need me. When honor's at stake, this vow I will make. Let's make it all for one and all for love.
So, just the sounds of Vegas. Late. It's in the early hours of what must be Saturday morning. So, you know, it's obviously a weekend now. It's, you know, the place is heaving. You can probably hear the usual kind of party going on over there underneath the Eiffel Tower. We're getting asked quite a lot actually whether Vegas is normal, whether it's, you know, it's kind of back to what it was, just in terms of kind of, I suppose, feel more than like anything else. This probably answers it. I'd say today has probably been the busiest day that I've ever seen in Vegas. It's a Friday night. There's, you know, a lot of younger people here. It's been good. Obviously, Lindsay usually does these little wrap-ups, but Lindsay's crashed out, I'm afraid. She's been working that hard and making the kind of vlogs every day, and she hasn't been sleeping all that great, you know, as is often the case when you first arrive in Vegas after a while out away. So I'm afraid that means that you're rather stuck with me to let you know, to kind of wrap up what's been frankly a weird night. Okay, so as you would have seen, tonight we went up to Resort World. So, you know, it's our first look around. Didn't have long there. We had tickets for Bryan Adams at the Wynn. Resort World was amazing. Absolutely loved it there. It was, you know, the atmosphere was great. It was airy. It was busy, I guess. One thing I would say is that we had a long wait to get our players' cards sorted. There wasn't really so much of a queue or anything like that. It was just kind of a long process, which seemed to take quite a long time. So that's one thing to bear in mind. That didn't really leave much time for a lot of fun on the slots up there this time, and we will be heading back. But you know, then we headed out, and we just across the road to the Wynn, really, where we had our Bryan Adams tickets. Now that's where the night got a little bit weird. First off, you know, I've got to say that Bryan Adams was amazing, absolutely superb. I must have seen him 4 or 5 times, and that was the best that I've ever seen him. It's the best show I've ever seen in Vegas. It's his last night of the current residency tomorrow night, so that will be Saturday the 20th. The show was absolutely superb. You know, you'll have seen it. You'll have seen the little bits that we've put in. But I don't think that the video really captured it. Yeah, I can't recommend that highly enough. But what was strange about it was the show was actually delayed an hour. It's the sort of story, if I tell, you might think I'm reciting some kind of sitcom scene or something like that. We were on the balcony level, and we went up in the lift with these 2 American, I would say larger ladies, And they were sitting on the right of the balcony, we were sitting on the left. So, you know, we kind of we came out of the lift and we split. So we got down to our seats, we were in the front row, and we looked across and there were these two ladies who had fallen down the stairs. We didn't see them fall, but you know, we'd kind of seen where they landed. And you know, it was your initial thought is concern for them, obviously, but then you know, it all started to unfold in a very, very strange way. For one thing, you know, one of them seemed to be okay. The one who had fallen further, she was kind of hanging upside down on the kind of railings, and it sounds funny, and I guess it was funny, but you know, I'm not saying that I don't, you know, I maybe feel a little bit bad for finding it funny, but if you'd seen it, you would understand. So yeah, so basically her head was lower than her feet, like lower down the stairs. So she was, you know, in a bit of a compromising position. Then she was hanging on to the handrail above her head, and then she had another kind of spectator, guest, whatever, behind her holding up her head, right, and propping up her head so that she was then sitting up, and but she wasn't falling back, and then her feet were several kind of yards above her. And you know, that probably wouldn't have been funny if she didn't remain that way for over an hour. It was an hour before the medics actually came. But I don't think she was in any real danger or distress, to be perfectly honest. We could see as she was kind of moving her head, she was kind of waving at a friend who seemed to get over her fall quite fast. She was on a phone at one point. We don't know whether she wanted to get up and the wind staff wouldn't let her until the medics had arrived, or the wind staff was trying to convince her to get up and she wouldn't. In the end, the medics had arrived, but not before Bryan Adams himself arrived. He was obviously quite miffed to kind of check out what was going on. In the meantime, you've got everybody down below, on the kind of lower level, the VIP guests really, who haven't got a clue what's going on. All they know is that they turned up for a show to see the kind of Idol at 8 PM, and it was now 9 and there was no sign of them. Did like a few little announcements along the way, you know, but they were never very, you know, they said at like one point, we're dealing with a situation. There was no detail, but we're going to be 5 minutes or 10 minutes. You know, this was 40 minutes before it all got resolved. And naturally, it's Friday, it's Vegas, people are kind of here for a show, but they don't want to do just a show, and they're kind of stuck in a kind of building, you know, obviously people were allowed to go out and get drinks, but that didn't help because, you know, the more that they kind of drank, the more angry they got, and you know, they started to kind of boo all the time, chant. Meanwhile, we're upstairs, we're watching this whole thing unfold, and you know, wind staff kept on coming and essentially kept on getting sent away by her, and then more wind staff came all the time. You know, literally her arse was over her head. You know, it became again, I just want to stress, I feel bad for laughing. I do feel bad, but you know, in my defence, you didn't see it. But yeah, just to recap, head down here, arse up here, hundreds of people around watching her. Nothing seemed to be changing for a good hour. Bryan Adams, international rock star, turns up before the actual medics do. it does sound ridiculous. It was quite a sight to behold. I mean, several questions presented themselves. You know, primarily, the question that I should have been wondering is why in a major casino resort did it take the medics an hour to turn up to what was eventually announced as a medical emergency. That's what I should have been thinking. What I was actually thinking, and I do apologise for this, even though it didn't sound like I do it with much sincerity. What I was actually thinking was, it's very interesting to find out how long a woman can hang off a stairwell on some stairs upside down in Las Vegas on a Friday nightfall, because there must have been, in my head at least, a kind of a finite point where, I mean, well, if it was me, and it might be a very English thing to say, English people will understand this, but pride would have kicked in at some point. Pride, I've got my arse in the air. I'm literally, hanging upside down on a set of stairs in a theatre with lots of increasingly angry people looking at me and probably laughing at us as much as I was, albeit quietly. And pride would kick in and say, well, I don't want to be in this position anymore. But it didn't. It never. That kind of pride never kind of cut in. It's important to stress that I don't know what happened. Right? I don't know what happened at all. All I know is, she was there for 70 minutes. Brian Adams came, then a medic came, then eventually a stretcher came, and even that was a sight to behold, because they figured out at some point that gravity was their friend here, so they just kind of put the stretcher lower down on the stairs and just kind of allowed her to slide onto it. But anyway, so anyway, that happened. But we'd obviously gone from waiting quite a while in Resorts World to waiting quite a while in the Wynn, like Encore Theatre, for a woman to decide that she probably didn't want to be hanging upside down on the stairs anymore. It looked like there might have been some compensation chasing going on there. I mean, I don't know. I'm just, like I say, I'm going to stress that I don't know what happened. I'm just going to try to concentrate on telling you what I do know. And what I do know looked funny. But anyway, but yeah, the show then started. But then, of course, because you've been stuck there for an hour, you're kind of lost an hour of your night. And we planned to go and have something to eat after. We had some kind of free meals to take. But by the time we got out of there, it was then, everything was kind of closed. All of the kind of sit-down restaurants. Anyway, we ended up having just a burger somewhere. I think it was Snacks in Mirage where we ended up. But yeah, it was a strange end to a really, really good day, really. But sorry, if you'd seen the things that I'd seen tonight, you would be laughing too. Don't judge me, please. Anyway, it's been a good day. Thank you, by the way, for all the really nice comments and we've had some really great interactions and some really, everybody's been really kind about this kind of series of vlogs and we're grateful for that. I mean, we vlog for ourselves and we just kind of hope that other people might like it too, and it seems that people are liking it, and that's absolutely great for us. It just makes us happy. I think anyone's always happy to share passions with people, especially after so long where, you know, we've almost been not allowed to pursue what we want to do, certainly if you love Vegas anyway. But anyway, so thank you for all of those, and we'll catch up with you on Saturday.